I'm thinking Kobe Bryant's top 10 all time, probably top 5. He's not number 2 all time in the history of basketball. What's wrong with that, Shaq?
But I have a problem with, what you said. Like, my thing is, doesn't matter who the GOAT is, my guy should be in the conversation.
Yes.
No, but hold on. So you guys just throw him out of the conversation.
Where Stephen A. ranks LeBron, that would be
number 2 overall. Number 2 in the history of basketball.
Yeah, that's all I was going to say. Yeah, number 2 overall, number 2 in the history of basketball. Makes sense. I think most people do.
Stephen A. Smith just crossed a line so wild that even Shaquille O'Neal couldn't stay quiet. The ESPN analyst tried to explain why he refuses to rank Kobe Bryant ahead of LeBron James in the GOAT debate, and Shaq absolutely obliterated him for it.
Sometimes when I hear people talk, I don't understand the criteria. Is it championships? Is it points? Right. Is it, like, I always have arguments with people like, I don't really care who's in it, but I think you should put the right people in.
Yeah.
Right. So right now it's just, for some reason, LeBron and Jordan. Which is fine, but you're not going to throw Kobe in there?
This wasn't just a disagreement. This was a public demolition of Stephen A.'s entire credibility. The Big Diesel didn't mince words. Michael Jordan is the undisputed GOAT, and Kobe Bryant belongs right behind him, not LeBron. The way Shaq torched Stephen A.'s logic was ruthless, and every second of that clapback had fans cheering. Stephen A.'s reasoning? Weak and downright disrespectful.
First of all, again, he's one of the all-time greats. There's nothing to debate. But he's number 2 at the 2 guard. He's not number 1. We all know he's not Jordan. He didn't have Jordan's resume. We know this.
He claimed he can't put Kobe above LeBron because Kobe's team struggled when he was on his own. Really? From a man who calls himself a basketball expert, that's pure nonsense. Smith argued that LeBron avoided disastrous seasons, pointing out he's only had 3 losing years in 22 seasons. But here's the thing, Stephen A. keeps pretending not to understand. Context matters. You can't compare stats without understanding what's behind them. His lazy analysis was embarrassing to watch. The nerve of this man to tear down Kobe's loyalty while celebrating LeBron's constant team hopping is wild.
They've asked me about Kobe. How come Kobe isn't in that conversation? He's got more chips than LeBron James. And I said, my response was, Kobe's not even number 1 in his position. And we all love and
revere. Not at all. You got to think about
Mamba.
MVPs and like how many he's won.
No,
and like other things
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about just watching the game with the eye test. As great and as phenomenal as Kobe was, nobody ever said he's superior to MJ, and they played identical positions and had an identical style of play.
Stephen A. is basically praising LeBron for running from tough situations while punishing Kobe for staying faithful to the Lakers. What kind of logic is that? When Shaq heard Stephen A. leaving Kobe out of the GOAT talk, he wasn't having it. The man who spent 8 years battling alongside Kobe had to step in and shut it down. The only thing I don't like about the GOAT conversation is they don't put my boy Kobe Bryant in it, Shaq said. Then he dropped the bomb. Michael, LeBron, or Kobe. Now y'all can debate.
6-time champion. He's a 6-time league MVP. And I still have LeBron number 2 and then Kareem number 3 because of the versatility and all the all-around abilities that LeBron brings to the game, which Bird and Kareem and those guys did not have. LeBron is number 2 all-time behind Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Notice how Shaq listed Michael, LeBron, or Kobe, not LeBron before Kobe. That's respect. That's putting Kobe right on the same level, not below. Shaq wasn't crowning Kobe over everyone, but he made it clear that Kobe's name belongs in that conversation. Period. Then Shaq turned up the heat even more. We as people, we don't stand on what we stand on, but I have a problem with what you said. Doesn't matter who the GOAT is, my guy should be in the conversation, Shaq said, and you could practically feel the tension spike in the studio. This wasn't just about loyalty, this was first-hand experience talking. Shaq lived greatness beside Kobe.
Oh no, I think we're upset. I think we're a little edgy. I think it's good for us.
Despite the losses on the road, do you think this team still has time to gel, considering how many road games you have coming up?
Sure. Please don't.
Well, what's going to be the key, and what stuff have you guys worked on? You haven't had a losing streak like this in years.
We'll just execute better, knock down shots.
Stephen A. just watched it from a screen. Shaq saw the grind, the practices, the battles, and the championships. Stephen A. saw highlight reels and box scores. That's the difference between witnessing history and commenting on it from the sidelines. Shaq's stance has always been consistent high. Michael Jordan is the GOAT, the ultimate standard. But here's where things get spicy. Shaq believes Kobe was closer to MJ than LeBron has ever been. And he's not the only one. Tons of former NBA players have said the same, that Kobe was the closest thing we've ever seen to Jordan. Not just because of talent, but because of that cold-blooded killer instinct. Shaq lived that reality. He didn't read it on Twitter.
I'm thinking Kobe Bryant's top 10 all time, probably top 5. He's not number 2 all time in the history of basketball. What's wrong with that, Shaq?
But I have a problem with, you know, what you said. Like, my thing is, doesn't matter who the GOAT is, my guy should be in the conversation.
Yes.
No, but hold on. So you guys just throw him out of the conversation. So somehow it just went from Mike to LeBron, and you just threw my guy out of the conversation. His name needs to be in there all the time. Mm-hmm. And when his name is not in there, I think people have a problem.
I look at Kobe. There is nothing on earth to question the greatness of Kobe Bryant, who to me is one of the greatest of all time. But it did help for those first 3 rings that he had you in your prime to some degree.
That's not the point. The point everybody is making is don't leave him out the conversation.
I'm not leaving him out the conversation.
You are. I don't mind people talking about who their GOAT is, but you definitely got to have my boy in that conversation.
I definitely will, and I definitely will.
When he ranks Kobe second to Jordan, he's talking about basketball DNA. You either have it or you don't. Meanwhile, Stephen A's obsession with team success falls apart the second you look deeper. He praises LeBron for avoiding bad seasons, but forgets that LeBron handpicked his rosters. Kobe stayed with one team through injuries, rebuilds, and front office chaos. LeBron dipped the second things got rough. Which one really shows character? Shaq knows the answer.
I was like, you know, like Jordan and Kobe and LeBron, that they got to do things I couldn't do. I wanted to be a force in the middle that people were afraid of. So, like, I don't get offended when people do not put my name in that category.
Even if Stephen A acts blind to it, and here's the crazy part. Stephen A once said Kobe was better than Shaq himself. Now he's backpedaling and contradicting everything he used to preach. Make it make sense. Let's talk real basketball. Championships. Kobe has 5 rings, the same as Magic Johnson. LeBron's got 4 from 3 different teams. Which story screams greatness louder? Shaq knows that Kobe's rings came with more sacrifice, more loyalty, and more mental toughness. You don't win 5 titles with one franchise by luck. You do it by being a legend for over a decade. Stephen A's whole bad years argument collapses fast. Every superstar has rough seasons when surrounded by weak squads. The difference is Kobe didn't bail. He stayed and rebuilt.
It's always like, for me, it's always Dr. J and Michael Jordan, Magic and those guys.
I might get flamed for this, but dude, I'm from Cleveland.
That's the mark of a true competitor. Shaq played beside Kobe during some of the most legendary clutch moments in NBA history. When Stephen A starts talking about rankings, Shaq isn't thinking about stats. He's reliving the battles, the sweat, and the pure greatness he saw up close. Think about it. The 2000 Western Conference Finals against Portland, when Kobe helped erase a 15-point fourth-quarter deficit in Game 7. Or the 2001 playoffs, when he averaged 29.4 points and looked absolutely unstoppable.
Michael looks over at us and said, he can't dog me. Kobe looks over at Doug Collins and said, this guy cannot.
Those aren't just numbers to Shaq. Those are memories burned into history. Shaq has broken down the difference between LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan. And it all comes down to what opponents felt when they faced them.
In the spirit of Kobe Bryant, let me end this segment by saying this. Say what you will about Kobe Bryant. That brother put in the work. And it was never an option for him to miss games or to not represent basketball the way that he did. I want everybody to remember that brother was about putting in that work.
Who struck fear the moment they stepped on the court? Who made defenders hesitate before the tip-off? That's where Kobe separated himself.
In addition to overpowering you inside, you might as well wave the white flag of surrender. Bryant lays it off to
The dribble penetration and the quickness of Kobe Bryant is really causing problems for the Pacer perimeter guys. When he gets in there, the back line steps up.
And this is where Shaq's words hit Stephen A's argument right in the chest. LeBron might be praised for his basketball IQ and perfect career planning, But what about loyalty?
Want to be 41 and 41. They don't want to be 40 and 42. Here's Bryant for 47. Missed that. Rebound by Jeff Withey.
What about building something real? Kobe stayed 20 straight years with one franchise. No shortcuts, no switching teams when things got rough. He didn't calculate his legacy, he built it brick by brick.
You are from Philadelphia. I find it unbelievable that the fans are booing you here. Does that hurt your feelings?
Yeah, my feelings are hurt, man. I mean, I'm just out there trying to play and have a good time, and yeah, my feelings are hurt being from Philadelphia.
The 2002 MVP, Kobe Bryant.
That's the difference between a competitor and a calculator. When Shaq steps up to defend Kobe's spot in the GOAT conversation, he's defending way more than just a player. He's defending the principle that greatness isn't built in perfect conditions. Character counts, loyalty counts, mental toughness counts. And Shaq saw all of that up close. He lived it. Let's get into the details. Shaq didn't just talk. He witnessed Kobe's complete skill set firsthand.
Gravitating to the tube or to the ballpark to actually watch you, okay? I don't think it helps that the number one face is a dude that needs an interpreter so you can understand what the hell he's saying in this country.
Footwork, flawless. Fadeaway jumpers, lethal. Post moves, defense, clutch shot after clutch shot. Kobe had it all. He was built more like Jordan, a mix of grace, grit, and pure killer instinct.
Never had that, so my legs feel fresh and I feel very confident about where I'm at. Control what you can control, right? I've done my part. I had to play through a season where there was much more on the line than whether or not I can come back from Achilles injury.
Sure, LeBron might be bigger, stronger, and faster, but basketball ain't just about muscles and hops, it's about craft. When Shaq played against both Kobe and LeBron, he felt that difference deep down. Kobe attacked with surgical precision, pure skill, and willpower. LeBron leaned more on athletic dominance and favorable matchups. Stephen A. Smith tried to clap back at Shaq's defense of Kobe's greatness, but his arguments just exposed how shallow his understanding of winning basketball.
LeBron's the best thing to ever happen to the format of debate television because he was so interesting. The entire way he led us to asking so many questions about the time we were in, the times that he just left, the people that had crossed his path, all of these things, right? He became so interesting. And then 2010 changed everything. Game 5 and Game 6 in 2010, where it looked like he was flat out mailing it in. Then with 2011, where he flat out ran out of gas. That 4-year run where he was in Miami, every game was a referendum. The best argument for him being the greatest of all time is even Michael Jordan, no one had withstood as much scrutiny, and the level of scrutiny that Jordan withstood made him retire after winning those first 3. LeBron went to 8 in a row.
Really is. This is the same analyst who flips opinions based on what's trending on social media. Shaq's words, though, they come from lived experience, not viral takes. When a man who shared the court with legends checks your analysis, maybe you should listen instead of doubling down on bad logic. What Shaq gets, and Stephen A. doesn't, is that true greatness begins in the mind.
I think the Black Mamba is appropriate. He makes shots with guys draped all over him, falling down, left hand or right hand. I just, witnessed him doing some amazing things.
The Lakers are champion back-to-back titles. The LA Lakers, the 2010 NBA champions.
When you're able to go all the way to the top, you feel that you put your name in granite, more or less. The ecstasy of winning it all and being the best player on the planet.
Kobe's mentality was wired differently. His obsession with perfection, his approach to competition, and his view on legacy were nothing like LeBron's. Kobe studied opponents like a scientist in a lab, breaking down every move, every habit, every weakness. He worked on his game like it was survival, every possession, every practice, every minute. That's Jordan-level focus in a whole new body. LeBron is undeniably great, but he's never shown that same ruthless perfectionism. He's more focused on managing image and legacy than destroying opponents with raw intensity. That's the difference. Shaq's defense of Kobe hits hard because it comes from experience. He played at the highest level with and against the greatest to ever do it.
Knicks and the Nets coming up here on MSG. Madison Square Garden lit up in the Lakers uniform colors, purple and gold, to honor Kobe Bryant. Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, and 7 others were killed in a helicopter crash this morning in Calabasas, California.
That perspective has weight that Stephen A's hot takes will never match. And it's not just Shaq saying this. Derek Fisher, Robert Horry, Rick Fox, all those championship warriors, they know what Shaq means. When you've gone to battle with someone, you know what's real. You know their heart, their mindset, their grind. Stephen A can analyze stats all he wants, but he's never felt Game 7 pressure.
Hopefully my Laker legacy will be that of a champion. That's why we play. That is the most important thing. You know, this franchise does not hang division banners. It does not hang conference championships. We hang one banner and one banner only, and that's NBA titles. That is the most important thing. You have a responsibility to the city of Los Angeles to bring championship banners back where they belong. Second place does not matter. Second place means you're the first loser. You have that mentality here. That's what gets you there.
He's never heard that silence in an arena when the ball's in the air with the season on the line. He's never seen the obsessive preparation that separates the greats from the rest. Players and fans across the world know exactly what Shaq's talking about. Kobe wasn't just respected, he was revered. From Europe to Asia to South America, players studied his every move. His technique could be taught. His mentality could be felt. His dedication was pure basketball, nothing else.
Lakers and Bryant trying to go behind his back and Boykins the other way, and they'll finish off with Andre Miller. Maybe.
Hey, Kobe did not give up on that play. How about that play?
Now that's leadership. That's the kind of stuff he wants to do and exude, and in plays defense at the up.
The truth is simple.
LeBron has fans, no doubt, but Kobe had devotion. That's a whole different level. Shaq sees that distinction clearly, even if Stephen A refuses to. While Stephen A cherry-picks stats to build LeBron's case, the full picture tells another story. Kobe's efficiency got sharper with time. His clutch stats were stronger, his peaks were higher, and his resume, it screams legendary. 5 championships, 2 finals MVPs, 11 all-defensive team selections, and 33,643 career points. That's not hype, that's history. And above all, Kobe never had a finals collapse like LeBron's 2011 meltdown against Dallas. Never. Kobe stood tall when pressure crushed others, and that's exactly why Shaq refuses to let anyone erase his name from the GOAT debate. When the lights burned the brightest, Kobe Bryant always showed up. No excuses, no hiding, just pure greatness when it mattered most. Whenever people debate the greatest players in NBA history, Shaq believes Kobe gets disrespected, and his verbal demolition of Stephen A proved exactly why. The Big Diesel didn't just disagree, he dismantled every weak argument Stephen A tried to throw his way, exposing every crack in his logic for the world to see. This wasn't just a ranking debate, this was about respecting greatness. When a Hall of Fame teammate who went to war with Kobe tells you your take is off base, maybe it's time to stop talking and start listening. But Stephen A's ego just couldn't handle it. He got schooled on live television and still refused to admit it. Shaq's takedown revealed something way deeper. How we define true greatness. Do we reward loyalty and sustain dominance with one franchise? Or do we glorify calculated moves and ring chasing when things get tough? Shaq's answer was crystal clear. Michael Jordan is the GOAT, the perfect blend of skill, mentality, and clutch dominance. Kobe deserves that number 2 spot right behind him for the exact same reasons, just one notch below. LeBron? His greatness is real, but it's different. The question now isn't who's great, it's what kind of greatness we value more. Do we honor the Jordan-Kobe mindset of loyalty and fire? Or the LeBron path of strategy and control? Shaq made his stance loud and clear. He didn't just win this debate, he obliterated Stephen A's credibility while defending Kobe's rightful place in basketball history. The truth is simple and unshakable. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Kobe Bryant deserves to be right there at number 2. And while LeBron is amazing, he hasn't reached that same immortal level. When someone who's lived through the wars, lifted the trophies, and witnessed greatness firsthand tells you how to rank players, maybe, just maybe, it's time to listen. Instead of chasing viral moments and hot takes for ratings, Stephen A just got humbled by someone who actually knows what championship basketball looks like. The lesson? Brutal, necessary, and totally deserved. So what do you think? Did Shaq completely destroy Stephen A's argument? Or does LeBron really deserve that number 2 spot? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. See you on the next one.